Interface in Java. So the topic is, what do you mean by interface in Java language? So interface are very similar to a class, like we define a class in the Java, but it only contains abstract method. So in your simple Java class, in an abstract class, we can have abstract methods, but in interface we have only abstract methods defined inside the program. By default, the variables declared in an interface are public, static, and final. So if I say that by default, that is, if I don't declare anything, then it means it is public, it is static, and it is final. So all these things are by default when we are talking about a interface. Then interface is a mechanism to achieve full abstraction. If you want to have the abstraction, that is, you only want those things which you want to show to the people, and those you want to hide them, then you have the full abstraction power if you are using an interface as a mechanism. And interface does not contain any constructor, so we cannot define any constructor in the interface. So if I talk about the syntax of an interface, then it is a very simple definition for the interface. That is, you have a keyword, that is interface, and then you give a name to the interface. You can have any name for the interface. So here we'll write interface name, and then this starts with the curly braces. So when you have a curly brace, you can define any methods inside this. This can be public methods. So public void, you can have method 1, you can have method 2, that is public void method 2, and after this you have a variable name. Here you can define the type of the variable. It can be any of the primitive type, that is your integer, your float, double, anything, and then you give a variable name, any name for a variable, and then you give a value to this. So any value, that kind of a data type we have. So if we are defining here any value of integer type, we can give here any integer value, 10, 20, 30, anything, and then we'll close this with a curly brace. So this is a very simple syntax for an interface, and now we're going to discuss the example of the sample of an interface in the next tutorial. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this video.